7, 8, those are kind of more to the public. I think number 2.
Seems like it
Yeah, I
should
think it was
become
3.
an all or nothing proposition.
I think so too.
Is that an extreme high hurdle to achieve?
It is a lot.
It's
Is
a lot of
that-
writing,
did
it's
you say
staff time.
2 through 8?
You know,
Not 2. I know
Isn't
1,
there an app for that or something?
not 2, and I think
Well, you
3.
could probably cut and paste a lot of it through Google Translate and have Liliana like
Proof it?
proof it and make sure that it makes sense, that what she's reading makes sense in Spanish, you know?
Correct.
Because Google Translate's not perfect,
Mhm.
but still it's staff time.
Mhm.
But I think it's worth doing. I
I
mean,
think anybody who speaks Spanish would probably understand it. I mean,
yeah.
if it was
We'd
all
have to,
from
we'd have to
Google-
hire it out.
Yeah.
You think so?
I haven't.
Well,
like-
there's also companies that do this type of translation, so,
Cause she just has a
I
full-time
can ask about
job.
other clients that
Can
do
we
it.
direct staff to look into it?
so then we're gonna do the fire code too?
Mhm.
Maybe we'll get a 2-for-1 deal.
I do have a question for clarification, Mr. Dodds. Under section 5.3, table A. Standing by.
Sorry. 5.3?
5.3, table A. It talks about single-family residence, small, up to 10,000 square feet, single-family residence, medium, 10 to 22,000 square feet. Is this lot size, or is this square footage
It's
of
lot
living
size.
space?
Okay.
Okay,
It's lot size.
we should probably clarify that.
You don't have 10,000?
I was just gonna say.
Freaking out. There must be a lot of big homes in the district, we're talking a quarter acre size home?
Right.
That's an elbow room.
Explanation.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, 1.02 acre foot, what?
So it's a conversion value, but I didn't understand.
Is that estimating the amount of water usage
Yes.
based on the size of your property,
What's your name here?
not based on the occupancy?
Come on and pick it up.
Yeah, I might pick it up.
Well, it's,
That's fine.
I think that particular part is.
I know you won't.
Well,
I thought that was towards landscaping, but that's in general.
I don't see how can you do that?
Basically, what that table is it's a conversion between the average usage on that size lot for domestic and landscaping.
Because you're taking everything into
You're
consideration.
taking everything into consideration, and that equates to units, which can be used to.
Retrofit units required. Explain that.
That's not getting converted to Spanish.
Those play into what your rebate.
I'm sorry, what?
Those play into how much offset you would get. So the more units you get or can accumulate, then that helps your application for your retrofit. That only applies if you're applying to retrofit your property.
Retrofit in what?
With either, you know,
Low
however you
flow.
want to do low flow, remove landscaping. Yes.
Following your land. Plowing salt into the earth.
I'm sorry, what?
Plowing salt into the earth so nothing grows.
Camera.
I'm not getting it.
The agenda up to the.
Okay. Is there any other public comment?
no, we're nice people.
Consensus of the board on researching for converting to
Yeah,
Spanish
that's-
because it
I
is
think
very
I
Spanish.
think so.
Oh, you okay with that? I
You
just need
can
to-
research, yeah, find out what.
We'll
we're
get some
looking at.
research and bring it back to you.
Yeah, that would be good, I think.
By tomorrow?
I just wanted to write it.
I say no, just because I'm opposed to
For
the whole,
Monday, I mean, I just wanna have
the
it
whole-
ready for you.
the whole thing.
I got 3 out of 4, so.
So President Green, we need a motion before we move on to the next item. A motion for first reading and introduction, reading by title only, an ordinance of the district establishing a water code. That is the motion we need to move on to the next item.
Say it slower.
I so move.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
I'll second that.
Sangster, Parent. Director Palafox,
Yes.
Director Parent,
Yes.
Director Sangster,
Yes.
President Green.
No. Vote no.
I don't know, just read
Okay,
it.
move on to item 4, first reading of proposed ordinance, SMCSD fire code.
Okay, I have Scott Young here this evening, who's put in a lot of work reviewing and updating and changing some of the amendments to meet the needs of the district, and he's here to answer any questions and present this.
Okay, can we go back to Director Calvin's comment, item 2?
Okay, so Director Calvin's comment on item 2, the fire code, will be with regards to the fire code and the section regarding the sales and use of safe and sane fireworks. I don't know if I missed it or not, but I wasn't clear on the use dates for fireworks. It looked like it must be set by the board of directors, but I also read that the standard was any cleared area and water supply. Standard was
The standard was cleared,
area,
a cleared area.
a cleared area and water supply. In this case, in this case is only certain dates. I would like to request that the dates include the 4th of July, December 31st, to 12:30 a.m. and January 1st at the date of the Lunar New Year. Sincerely, Anthony Collins.
Okay, so,
I could answer those questions if you'd like.
so, if the case is only certain dates, and what does that have to do with the cleared area and water supply?
I barely got through that part, so.
I think
What he's saying is that the section talks about requiring that the fireworks are used in a clear area with a minimum 5/8 inch garden hose available to extinguish anything that should need to be extinguished. What he's saying is it does not cover the specific dates the fireworks can be used.
I think he's confused in the ordinance. The ordinance spells out our local ordinance that we've been using, the 2013. We're trying to replace the 2013 ordinance with the 2019 ordinance. And it states in there the area needs to be clear, and you need to have a 3/4 inch garden hose for suppression measures to use your safe and sane fireworks. The sales dates are always set by the board. Every year we bring a resolution forward for the sales duration, and that includes the day of use for the safe and sane fireworks. The verbiage was changed to accommodate the fluctuation in timeline. Because we might say we could sell fireworks for a week. We might say we could sell them for 4 days. So in the ordinance, that's left open. So you guys make a decision on the duration every year.
Isn't a typical garden hose 5/8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe our ordinance is 3/4 of it.
So we should fix that.
We could.
So
And
we're not,
we could work on that before the next
not
reading.
chasing people
I'll
around.
look into it and see
With
what
my
it says, if it's
father.
3/4 or 5/8. That was just a cut and paste from the previous year, so I figured it was
I
sufficient.
think it's 5/8.
I believe the next sections where he's looking for additional dates of use, it's clearly laid out in the California Fire Code, chapter 56, and you go subsection 5601.1.3, prohibits the storage or possession of fireworks beyond the 4th of July, basically. So it's illegal to have them after the 4th of July. The state fire marshal is very strict about the distribution, sales, and use of safe and sane fireworks in the state of California. We're lucky that we're still able to use them. If Director Calvin so chooses to, he can go and follow the rules in 5602, 5602.1 in particular. He could apply for a pyrotechnician's permit, and he can get a single use permit and perform pyrotechnic displays on the days that he chooses, provided that he meets the criteria and pays the fees for the permits and follows all the rules and inspections. And that's not gonna happen in our district because we don't allow it.
The end.
Okay, so you're saying that the California Fire Code says that if you purchase fireworks for the 4th of July, you're not selling them,
Mhm.
you're an end user.
Mhm.
It's unlawful to have anything left over.
Yes. Whether that happens, we know that's not,
Right,
that's not
but
the true and honest case.
so doesn't the state fire code also provide for New Year's?
It does not.
It doesn't?
If you are a pyrotechnician,
Uh-huh.
per section 5602, and you have your licensing per 5602.1,
Right.
then you can apply for a permit to
Right.
perform pyrotechnic displays.
It seems to me I heard some discussion that they were trying to incorporate.
To the best of my knowledge, unless something comes up,
It hasn't happened.
it has not happened
Okay,
yet.
all right.
And the 5601.1.3 clearly prohibits the
I would
storage.
support it if it does come
And in
along.
addition, our local ordinance also has a stipulation where you cannot have explosives in the district. And section 56 is explosives and fireworks. It's a combination of the two.
Okay.
So we got rid of that one. Is there anything else that you'd like to know?
I have 3 other participants here that have.
I'd like to thank Mr. Young for his clarification of that, because I was opposed to adding any additional dates of firework use. Unless we are going to be selling fireworks at that time, it would obviously not work.
Right.
So thank you for your clarification.
No problem.
Director Parent,
I got nothing.
public comment.
I do have one comment on the recommendation. I have the wrong ordinance in the recommendation. It should be ordinance 02, 2019, and it has 01, 2019, so we'll fix that.
But that's just in where?
It's in the staff report.
Okay, it's just in the
That
staff
should be
report?
01?
It's in the, yeah, it should be 02.
In
not
mine, it's
01.
02/2019.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
So-
what we're fine.
but the ordinance is 02, 2019, so the staff report just had an error in it. I apologize.
Okay. I am so thankful that he clarified that, because I was freaking out thinking that my dogs were gonna be dogpiling on top of me. Every year I get these dogs on top of me from the fireworks, so not good.
That's it? Any
Yeah,
other-
that's all I wanted to
Okay,
say,
any other
was
public
thank
comment?
God.
So, basically, it wasn't broke, so we're not gonna fix it, right? The 4th of July, we're gonna have it safe and sane,
Right.
and New Year's, I mean,
New Year's is out.
New Year's, we don't,
Not until the state makes a decision. about it.
yeah, right, but, I
And
mean,
then we already have a fire code. We're just,
yeah, I
we're
mean,
just,
you hear fireworks on New Year's Eve, but, you know, I mean,
Just to
that don't affect us, you know. We always have the grandkids over, and 1401 Prado Place is lit up with kids running around and fireworks going off. Safe and sane.
Just to be clear, what we're looking at is the adoption of the fire code, which is this book in combination with these 2 books that I have on the floor. Certain sections of those apply. The ordinance is what we're adding, and the ordinance is the more restrictive component to the California Fire Code and the California Building Code, and that is focused on our jurisdiction. We are the AHJ, the authority having jurisdiction. It's not a very long document, and like you said, you might want to do a 2-for-1 deal to where you could probably get these translated. It wouldn't be a bad idea to do the ordinance bilingual.
Yeah.
The fire code is not a
we have
bilingual
any
item.
volunteers.
We're talking
Do
thousands of pages.
translations?
I'm not sure.
Huh?
I'm not sure. If anything, probably the high school.
Yeah.
Can
We
you
could use, we
Scott,
could,
can you show them the fire code?
This is the volume of the California Fire Code, and then I have 2 more volumes on the floor, which is the California Building Code. We use certain sections of those.
I just want the public to realize.
we should look into a volunteer doing the translation.
I will put that on, we're looking into it, so I'll look into it.
And even if we have it, I mean, we need to find some service to do it because all of our documents going forward after 2020.
It just
Will have to
doesn't.
be in
One
multiple
else
languages.
doesn't work, right.
What, How many?
I think the billing policy is supposed to be in like 8 different languages.
Yeah,
There was exceptions if you
no,
approve.
And we are a 5/8 fire, 5/8
you still have to
guardrails.
have those 4 different ones,
Uh,
no
we could
matter
probably
what.
we could probably find a Quest student or a high school student that translate it. We would just have to have somebody be able to proofread it and make sure it's actually what it says. So
And that's what we
Okay.
usually do, is we Google translate it, and then the Leilana looks at it and throws it all away.
Okay,
Well, that's what I was.
So-
afraid of.
Yeah.
would you like to guide us on how
Let me
you'd
take
like,
the motion.
on the motion?
Yeah, I'll take the motion and someone can, as moved, sorry, like
Yes.
Mr. Inkster so eloquently did. Okay, so it's going to be a motion for first reading and introduction, reading by title only, an ordinance of the Board of Directors of the San Miguel Community Services District adopting and amending the 2019 edition of the California Fire Code, including articles, appendices, errata, California Building Code Section 7A, and local ordinances.
I so move.
Woohoo, good team.
Yay.
I'll second.
And
Try to repeat that.
Director Pavlox,
Yes.
Director Sangster,
Yes.
Director Parent,
Yes.
President Green.
Yes.
Passes 4-0, 1 absent.
Discussion on status of the Machado wastewater treatment facility expansion and aeration upgrade project.
So this is our monthly update. We're moving along. We're gonna be doing our CEQA compliance. We're gonna start that within the scope of our current grant. And that should be you guys in May. So look forward to that. Basically at this point, the flows from February, our average day was 74% of our hydraulic design, and the max day was 100.1% of our hydraulic capacity, or design capacity. So we're well into the realm of having to do the upgrade whether we want to or not. Obviously, the state's already determined that we need to, but there was comment last month on what would happen if we delayed, and I don't think that that's going to be an issue not reaching our